What is up, my magic miscreants? Risen Dragon here with another fun deck for you today. And today, yeah, we're looking at Esper. It's not what you think. It really isn't what you think. Okay, I know I've been complaining a lot about the net decks and losing to net decks, and I was just like, well, if you can't beat them, join them. But you know what? Murders at Karlov Manor actually gave us some very fun tools to play with, and I'm really kind of excited about this build. And once more, it kind of revolves around this little guy right here. Delney, Streetwise Lookout. Creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. If an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Okay, kind of see where we're going with this? Cool. Let's get into the deck, because this is fun stuff. We're going to do 2 cut downs. You know what this does. Destroys target creature with total power and toughness 5 or less. Syncopate, because we need some counter magic out there. Of course, it gets exiled if controller does not pay X. Make disappear, again, counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. We have 2 Go for the Throats, 2 Denix. So we know cards in graveyards can't be the targets of spells or abilities. 4 No More Lies, and this is one of the ones from Karlov Manor that the moment I saw this, I was like, oh, Azorius control is going to go nuts. Esper also, counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. So it's kind of like an upgraded Make Disappear. This is where Delney gets real fun. Oh no, I'm sorry. Not this one. The other one. The Etrata. Here we go. Yeah, okay. Lazavware Faces. So basically when it attacks, exile target card from a graveyard, then investigate. Okay, so not very good if you've got Dennick on the field, but if you don't got Dennick on the field, then this becomes a big thing. So whenever you sacrifice a clue, you may have Lazav become a copy of a creature exiled with it until end of turn. So it can become like a stealing people's decks sort of thing. Siphon Insight does just that. We look at the top 2 cards of target opponent's library, exile one of them face down, and put the other on the bottom of that library, and you may play the exile card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell, and it does have flashback for 1, a blue and a black. Outrageous Robbery. I'm trying to break this card. Okay, I'm really trying to break this card. I've got a Golgari deck that was inspired by MTG Arena original decks, and Covert Go Blue, where basically it uses Insidious Roots to pump out tokens, and basically we just play the entire person's library. So it's just really, really fun card to have. Basically what it does is target opponent exiles the top X cards of their library face down. You may look at and play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. If you cast a spell this way, you may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast it. It is a very powerful card. Delney, we've already looked at them. Haughty Djinn, again, we're running a fair amount of instants and sorcery, so that's a good finisher to have in our build, because its power is equal to the number of instant and or sorcery cards in our graveyard. And instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. This is where Delney and really kind of comes into play. These next 2 cards. This is Etrata, Deadly Fugitive, and it has Death Touch. It is a 1/4, and basically you face down creatures you control have 2, a blue and a black. Turn this creature face up. If you can't exile it, then you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Okay, so whenever an assassin you control deals combat damage to an opponent, cloak the top card of that player's library. To cloak a card, put it into the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature with ward 2. Turn it face up at any time for its mana cost if it's a creature card. This triggers nicely with Delney, and we can pretty much go through our entire opponent's library with this. We're also looking at Raffine, Scheming Seer. Again, with Delney, it has Connive, flying in ward 1. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So long as this does not get above 2, it connives a bunch of different times. And we do have to be careful not to mill ourselves, but it makes our creatures big and beefy and chunky, and it's just so good. Alright, and we're looking at Void Rend. Destroy target non-land permanent. Cannot be countered. Ertai Resurrected. When it enters the battlefield, choose up to 1. Counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. Its controller draws a card. Or destroy another target creature or planeswalker, and its controller draws a card. As far as land base is concerned, bunch of dualies and some Plaza of Heroes. No, we're not running any Demolition Fields or Field of Ruins or anything like that in this build. Alright, sideboard. I need to make an adjustment here. We're going to take out Surge of Salvation and put in Temporary Lockdown because, again, Boros Convoke is just ruining the ladder right now. And by ruining, I mean it's just ruling the ladder right now. So a couple of those Surge of Salvations are coming out. We are going to do, let's see, in our sideboard we have Go for the Throat, we have 2 Dissipates, 2 Sunfalls, 2 more Syncopates. Again, Surge of Salvation, that's coming out. We're going to replace that with Temporary Lockdown, 2 Family Reunions, a Deadly Cover-Up just to get a little bit of mass removal in there if we need it, and Farewell can squeeze in nicely in the top. We can take out cut downs if that be the case. But so this is kind of my take on how to possibly upgrade Esper, make it a little bit more interesting. It's definitely not your typical Esper net deck build, although Esper is definitely a net deck sort of build in this meta. But again, it's got a lot of the staple cards. It's got Raffine, it's got Delney, it's got Ertai, but it also has different ones such as Lazav, Etrata, and Haughty Djinn as well. So if you like what you see, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and if you are new to my channel, we do a best of 1 and then we do a best of 3 so you can see how the deck functions in either one of those environments. So without further ado, let's get to the outrageous upgraded Esper games. We're against a live CCC for the best of 1 matchup. They go first. Yeah, we're gonna have to kind of take some pain here, I think, maybe. Or do I? Yeah, let's go Cave of Koilos. Yeah, we're gonna take some pain here, depending on what they play. Okay, well. You know what? We're not gonna take the pain at this point. What do you have that's a 1-drop green? That'd be interesting. Golgari. Okay. Toxic Golgari at that. Okay. Well, I think we go with Delney just to see if they have any removals. 'Cause that would be not so fun. And we just cut down and go from there. You gotta have a trick. There's gotta be a trick here. So I'm gonna take that damage. I'm gonna take it. Darkslick Shores avoids pain. I think they have a Tamio safekeeping, maybe? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna waste that. Do you have another one? No. Okay. Fine. Alright, well, there's that. Etrata's cool. Raffine's better. Take a little bit of pain, that's okay. Draw a card. Meh. Let's do the Siphon Insight. Let's take that away. Gain a little more life, and go from there. I really want to show you how Outrageous Robbery works. I hope we get a Delney at some point, too, because that would be kind of cool. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe Atrocity! Well, it's not like we could have done anything anyways. Alright, well, now it's a race. So, Ertai, I choose you! Boom. Let's just pump up the Delney. Draw some cards. As much as I don't want to ditch those two. I do want to show you how Outrageous Robbery works. Okay, cool. It's like a Golgari Toxic. Interesting. Okay. Fun. Let's do outrageous robbery. But let's do it for 3. 'Cause... Okay. No. No, no, yes. Now, what you gonna do here? Yeah, okay. So we've got the life advantage. Drowning Ichor. Using their own stuff is just absolutely amazing. Okay. I will block with the Raffine. I don't want to take any more poison counters. So I just want to... What you doing there, big guy? Gonna fight me? Fine. Oh, that's pretty bad. Okay, well, we're gonna play a forest. We're going to play Drowning Ichor. And I don't think we swing in for the win, but now we do that. Now we do that. And I think we... Let's do this. Yeah, I don't want to do that quite yet. Yeah, sure. Well, we don't get to do that, but... Alright, we could be facing some issues here, but... Okay, Venerated Rot Priest. Now, did I just step in it? Nope. Okay. You dead? You're dead, but I want to see what you have. Ouch. Yeah, I'll take that. Sure, I'll take that. You die. Let's go to the best of 3. We are against Human for our best of 3 matchup. We are on the play. You gotta be kidding, Shuffler. Well, I suppose we ditch that, so that's our highest mana cost. We'll get into Denic, and we are against Mono Red. Interesting. Haven't seen that one. Well, we're gonna do this. Boom. Kill it. Go for it. Oh, Rakdos. You're still gonna kill it. Who still plays with Infernal Grasp? They do. That's who. Let's get a Lazav down. You know what? Let's hold up on that. And let's go with No More Lies. Yeah. I don't want a Kumano on the board. You're gonna put one down anyways. Yep, that's fine. Okay, well, one less to worry about, I guess. Zoink. Let's do Delney. Let's see what comes of this. They'll probably kill it. Sure, now that doesn't become... that can't be blocked, so... Yeah, how fun are you? I want to see what's at the top of your deck. Let me see, let me see. Yeah, we'll take that. Because if there's anything better than killing someone's stuff, it's that. Yeah, it's when you kill them with your own cards. Okay, so that Yawgmoth Praetor is gonna be bad. It will die. I will kill it with your own Infernal Grasp. Why you gotta do that, man? You gotta be like that. Alright, whatever. Let's do this. Yeah, we'll take that damage. Yeah, there isn't much Yeah, not much we can do about that. I did think of running that Virtue of Persistence, but Hometown Beatstick is an interesting card for this build. Although that's got... Yeah, I think we're pretty much dead. Can't block. You got a shock. You're just gonna put down your Virtue of Persistence, aren't you? Yeah, there you go. Cool. Yeah, no, can't counter it either. Well, there is really not much we can do here, is there? So I'm gonna bring back all my things. So let's see. That would have been fun, but that's okay. Alright, well, let's go to the rubber match. Not the rubber match, let's go to game 2. So we're going to need to put in these. I think we take out the syncopates, because those really haven't been doing that much for us. So family reunion comes in to prevent any spot removal if we can. And hopefully we can... Oh, I should have done the temporary lockdown. Dang nabbit. So, anyways. Alright, well, there we go. I mean, what I'd really like is to get hands like this. That's not a bad hand. Put down the Raffine's tower, and we've got a lot of stuff to play with here, so I think we might be in okay. I mean, we can keep the big threats off the board. Whatever they throw down with a Kumano. Yep, here comes a Kumano. Duress. Oh, you're gonna do that? Alright, fine. Underground River, I guess. So now they gotta work around the make disappear. Yeah, I gotta try to keep stuff off the board at this point. I really do. Raffine is fun. Let's try that. As much as I would have loved to... Yeah, and you're gonna have cut down. So, our Infernal Grasp, you'll take care of that. Yep, cut down. Because you play spot removal, that's what happens. Haughty Jin, huh? Raffine's tower. And, you're gonna Infernal Grasp it. Yep. Okay. You're just gonna kill everything I got, don't you? Alright, we're just gonna wait on something. Because they know we've got the Urtai. So, yeah, that can go bye-bye. Can draw a card. I just need to keep stuff off the board. There's really no other way to get across it. There's just gonna have to do that. Let's do it this way. That's not gonna prevent any indestructible stuff, but sure. Yep, that can go bye-bye. They got maybe a little bit land shorted, but nope. Again, just trying to keep everything off the board. I just... With a deck like this, you have to make sure that any sort of threat is taken into consideration. Okay, well, I think we just wait it out, maybe? Facebreaker, huh? Fun. Yeah, you can have that. I'm fine with it. Probably should have put the temporary lockdown in, but that's okay. The reef is okay, too. I think that is definitely going to be an interesting card to put in here. It's still a land, so that is fun. Mill them down. Okay, they're playing Atsushi? Interesting. Okay. Eh? Okay, we're gonna take at least... You have a breach the multiverse. No way. How fun are you? Well, did you hit a... Yeah, of course you hit Natali. Of course you did. So that's how that works now, doesn't it? And... Beat stick and the gin... Oh my gosh. Yeah. And we don't have Terror Tide or anything like that, so... Where were you last turn, Denick? Sure, I'll take a Gix. Alright, good game. Let's go to the post-game analysis, and we'll go from there. Okay, so file this deck under you're trying to do too much at any given time. I really like... I cannot share enough that this deck, when I... First of all, this deck is like in its third or fourth draft, and finally I got it to a point where I thought I could get it to function. But again, these two just never came online, and I gotta share that. And also, you know, this also did not come online with that. We just played up against some decks that just ran a ton of spot removal. So, and this sort of deck it's gonna suffer in that particular environment. So, but that being said, I mean, if you want to try to tweak this deck a little bit, I'm sure that you'll have a blast with it. If you like what you saw, like the idea, leave a like, leave a subscribe. As always, my magic miscreants, may you always be on the play, and may all your spells hit the board. Risen Dragon is out. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday, kids.